Now she's gone. All right. As soon as she gets back in, we'll start. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So we're live. Awesome. Well, thank you to everyone who is joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. It's dreary here in Virginia, but I'm kind of enjoying the summer rain now that I'm getting used to all this. And it makes it green here, right? You know? So we have a phenomenal special guest with us. In case you guys haven't noticed, the person down here who is not a female. We have Jez Corden.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you, right?
Yeah.
So,
Finally got there.
yeah. So, for you guys who are here, you know, we always tell you guys to behave when we have company. That still stands. Lady will get in here shortly. She's having a few technical issues. But first off, we're going to start with intros and what have you been playing. So we'll start with, let's see who's underneath me.
CHAREECE.
Sorry about that.
All right, so we'll start with CHAREECE and keep going down. Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, everybody, you know, it's your girl CHAREECE here, and I finally played some games this week.
All
Yay!
right. I saw you up early.
I know, right? 7 o'clock in the morning, always. Finally tried out Mighty Thor. Is it Lady Thor or is it Mighty Thor?
Mighty Thor, right?
Mighty Thor.
And Marvel's Avengers. Yes, she is a clone of Thor, but she's still cute with it though, so we might deal with her a little bit.
I mean, how does she look though? Because I haven't seen on Marvel's Avengers.
She ain't cute, I can tell you that much.
Well.
Costumes are okay-ish. I haven't unlocked the ones, but I saw the previews for a few of them. I'm not gonna spend any money on them. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. And you know how I like my cosmetics, and if I ain't spending money, that should tell you something.
Right.
I also played. Oh, I did jumped in the multiverse game.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, the fighting game, right?
Yes.
How was that?
The Smash. It was actually kind of cute. I was Wonder Woman. I won some matches. I did my battle pass thingy. I did. It takes a while for that.
Yeah,
battle
girl,
pass.
you got the battle pass too?
No. It's free. It's free.
Okay.
You know, just because I spend in one game don't mean I spend in another game.
Hey, look. It says Marvel. You're buying.
Hey. This is DC though. This is DC.
Okay.
They
no,
need
it's
the money.
like, is it just DC or I thought it was everybody? No.
No, it's just DC,
Just
Warner
DC.
Brothers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Because I was
because Scooby Doo and all those other people, right? Yeah. Okay.
I was I was Wonder Woman and what's the girl from Steven Universe? I think her name is Crystal or something.
Garnet. Garnet is my jam.
I'm not good with her, but I'm good with Wonder Woman. So I won my matches. Well, I lost a couple, but I won the majority of them. But that might be a nice party game. It's 4-player,
Cool.
two teams. I see I might add that into the rotation.
All right.
What
else?
That, oh, and I played Grounded because we was talking about it last week.
I did. I saw you with
go.
your Xbox husband playing.
I know, because he was talking about he's gonna go finish building my house for me.
Look.
You see what I'm saying? I'm like, why would you do that?
Just in case you don't know, CHAREECE is like the only person that has someone who builds her stuff for her. So she has a friend who essentially builds all her shit in Grounded, and she just comes and frolics in the grass.
So we're finished with our first
That's the way
house.
to do it.
Midway on our second house, and we're plotting a third one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So I just get the materials, and he does the planning, and it works out for us. So yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, and there's achievements in Grounded. So.
You heard what she called him though, y'all. She said my Xbox husband, right? Yes. I heard that. She slipped that in there real quick.
Well, I called it.
I
him
didn't
that,
disagree.
and then she just
Yeah, okay.
But that's all I played this week.
Yeah, she has a real husband. All right.
Yeah, right.
Delilah, below CHAREECE, what have you been playing?
Okay, so for me, I went ahead and copped, what is it? Xeno. I always want to say Xenogears Chronicles 3, but I don't know if it's called that. It's something else. Xenoblade. I always get Xenogears and Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on Switch, but I haven't started it completely yet, so I have that on the docket, and play a little bit of Dead Cells on the Steam Deck, which I just absolutely love going and just 2D platforming in that game. But outside of that, a little bit of Halo. That's it, though. That's it.
A little bit of Halo, huh?
Always a little bit of Halo.
All right.
That's it for me as far as what I've played this week. Short, sweet.
All right, Jez, you're actually up next. Have you been playing anything this week? And welcome.
Oh yeah, man. I am absolutely hopelessly addicted to Multiverses. So bad.
It's actually, y'all should play it. It's a decent game.
It's so good. Yeah, it's I love it, man.
Okay, so
I used to play Smash Bros as a kid, but like now, like all my friends are scattered all over the place. I've moved to Germany, and I have to rely on Nintendo. If I want to play Smash Brothers, I have to use Nintendo Online. And I swear, their servers are like powered by hamsters running around in a little wheel or something. It's unplayable online. So this is like the next best thing, And it's not as tight as Smash Brothers, but it's very close. And they're calling it a beta, so any sort of hitbox and there's all kinds of weird bugs in it, like Batman's grappling hook can send you flying off to the edge of the screen if you you do it wrong, and some of the hitboxes are a bit crazy, but it's a really great start, and they are calling it a beta, so I've got high hopes for that game. And I've also been playing RimWorld. Has anyone been playing that?
That lady below you.
That's
her crack, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that game is literally.
Yeah, look how he's doing it too. Like,
yeah, I need to get back on. My colonists need me. Yeah, it is so addictive, man. It's one of those games where it's like you look up at the clock and 4 hours have passed,
Yes, I agree.
So,
I agree. When you start thinking about the plans of of what you're gonna do with your colony, it's already 3 hours. And you're looking at the time like the sun just went down, but it's serious. That game is serious.
Yeah, my husband's also playing that game. I can't. Yeah. I looked at it and I'm just like, I can't get past the art style. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah. I'm like Delilah. Sometimes I like play a game and I'm just like, I can't do it.
Okay.
You have to think of it like it's a book or something and kind of just imagine it. Like if you're playing D&D or something. Yeah, the art style is very simplistic, but that's because a lot of the CPUs being dedicated to the simulation, right? Because it's so complicated. Okay. Like every little thing, it tracks like the shadows being cast on your base. It tracks the shadows, and like if you're growing crops in the shadows, the shadow will affect the speed of the crops growing. It's like it's that granular, right? So it's crazy, and it's so addictive. And it's really hard.
So wait, it's the premise of that game. You're restarting, rebuilding the world, basically. That's why they call it RimWorld. It's like you're rebuilding.
No, actually, it's you crash landed on a random planet, right? Yeah. And your objective is to get off the planet. That's it. Okay. That's the only objective. But you got colonists, so you have to make sure they're fed, make sure they're happy, make sure their room's okay, make sure they got food, make sure they got weapons.
A second job, basically.
Like a second job.
And this sounds perfect for you too, lady, because it sounds like the part of Fallout that you love, right?
So it's you'll have like raids trying to rob you. You'll have machines trying to destroy your base. You get missions to go further out in the world. You build your research, so you can learn how to build a ship to get up out of there. Personally, for me, the hardest part is the 12 to 15 day gap that you have when you boot up your ship and then do you actually leave, because that's where everybody knows you leaving, so everybody's going to try to come after you for like the next 12 days in game. So
so they try you.
They try you a lot.
I haven't even got that far yet. I could barely survive like a few nights, and you're out here talking about Dave.
I mean, wow. with my first run, it was 109 hours, and what saved me was a band of cats.
Right, the first run. You hearing this, right? Yeah.
The first run, a band of cats just came up to the base while it was getting raided, and the cats was dying. R.I.P. those cats.
Yeah, because I'm wondering too. Like, is it real cats, or you talking about people?
No, cats, like meow, cats. They just like 30 of them came to the base and they took the bullets from
the raid. You killed the cats.
No, they got killed. No, they got killed as a sacrifice, not by me, but by the raiders. And we got in the ship and we left. And
okay.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I'm calling Pete on you.
All right. Anything else, Jazz? What else have you been playing? Is that it?
That's pretty much it. There is another game, but I can't talk about it at the moment.
Ooh, secrets. Secrets.
Okay. Upcoming game that I'm reviewing, but
exclusive.
That's mostly it. Multiverses is taking over most of my gaming time at the minute. Even RimWorld. I was playing RimWorld for review, and then Multiverses dropped, and I was like, I'm gonna check this out. I did not expect to get sucked in like I have, and that's mainly what I've been playing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the battle pass. I bought skin for Batman and Harley Quinn, the classic Batman animated skin. Nice. I gotta have that 90s nostalgia rocking, right? Mm-hmm. And also because Finn and Jake from Adventure Time are in it. So the past few days I've been on a quest trying to find somewhere where I can buy Adventure Time and watch that, because I'm that hopelessly into it. And I was like, oh my god, Adventure Time! I remember that show. I want to watch it now because playing this game, it's pretty bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me at the moment.
All right, sorry, I gotta give my dog his pill, and now I'm thinking about it. All right. Anywho, so I think, Lady, you're next. So we know you're playing RimWorld.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you, it costed $40. But with my Microsoft reward points, I knocked it by 50% off, and a girl likes to sell, so I got it.
I don't know.
I know you personally don't like it, but I love it. It's a hard learning curve because everything on the console version is so condensed. So I had to redo the tutorial,
So the controls, right? Just because
because it's so much micromanagement in the game that being that condensed, you got to probably, the basics, but you got to relearn the controls.
Got it.
So as soon as I got into it, I played a test run. It was pretty cool. So I told myself, I'll let Twitter pick my next run, which was not the best decision I did yesterday.
I voted in that poll.
Uh-huh. Oh. Did you do Naked Brutality? I know you did. So they gave me Naked Brutality, and it's a split between Chillax and Classic. So my next run on RimWorld will be that.
Because I saw that poll and I'm like, what are they even talking about? I was like,
right.
I gave you guys a video what it was, and then y'all made a choice. So it wasn't like I gave you something to toss in the air. Oh, that sounds like you're not interested. It's okay though.
Yeah, I already told you. I was just like, I know it's not my cup of tea. So
I understand, but if we're gonna get into it today, I promise you. We played Fortnite, and thank God for no build mode, because I would not have touched the game. Mm-hmm. I'm noticing people that play Apex and play Warzone, tiptoeing into Fortnite. Yeah, I get homies calling me up on the phone like, hey man, I got a confession to make. I'm like, man, what's up? I like Fortnite now. I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
Really? You just got started? Oh, now you the noob. Now you the Fortnite noob and stuff like that. I didn't get no new skins or anything like that this week. It was fun last
skins
night.
Have been trash, but yeah, we had a good night.
We had a couple of dubs, and it was pretty cool. I played some Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna tell you about Rainbow. I love me some Rainbow. But that loading time, I don't get it. I don't get that. It should take 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
To find a match, right?
To find a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I
mean, do you think it's not enough people playing, or what?
I don't know.
So I was about to ask that. Is that always the case? Was it always that took that long?
Well, at least a minute, between a minute and some change and 2 minutes and some change. So
I definitely think it's gotten longer.
Yeah.
Since the height of the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But I do like their upgrades that they did with the game, with the small certain details. I don't mind the band-in part, and I know they nerfed a few operators, but I'm still cool with the game. It's just that loading screen just bothers me. What else I played? I played Elden Ring because someone told me that I left them at the north side, and I needed to
You left me too, but it's all good. It's all good.
What you mean?
I forgive you though. You came in my game and we didn't win.
Everybody.
And then
Right.
I love everybody. Okay, we're not gonna go there because y'all two, Delilah and LBOOGIE, I be ready to go. I'm ready to go, but y'all got other stuff to do. Y'all never hit me up and say, "Hey, how about we finish this game?" So me, X the Hero, and Double D, we went and to his world. Shout out to Hero because he is almost level 500 on there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So he blessed him and he leveled up. So we went and beat Commander Null, Malekith, Godskin Duo.
Damn, yeah,
Godfrey.
he was far behind.
Yeah, Godfrey. And we stopped at the Elden Beast because I don't know, with Radagon, they done nerfed him. He done
nerfed him?
Food. Yeah, no, well, they changed the patches. When I first played Elden Ring, it was easy to beat him. But now it's not as easy as I thought it would be. Because I'm like, man, this is
aren't you on like Game Plus or some dumb junk like that?
Yes.
So
it's New Game Plus 5. Okay, thank you.
Wow,
you're right.
New Game Plus 5. Come on,
you're right.
See, yeah, no.
It's too much. But I love it. Well, I know with Elden Beast and Radagon, they did something different with the pattern. It's not like the same pattern. So we had a little struggle with it, but I still enjoy the game. Even though it's behind some old shit, I still enjoy the game. It's still my game of the year. And that's all I have been playing.
All right. Well, for me, it's pretty much been Fortnite. I don't even think I played Rainbow Six this week. I think I only played with you, lady, but it wasn't this week. Fortnite, I played some Stray. I need to play some more. I've been playing on the Stream Deck. I said I want to play it on my computer, but I haven't tried that yet. And then, but I think that's it. I think that's it for me. So we can keep going. All right. So just a few, questions we have for Jez. When we have company, we always bring in a few interview questions. I don't want to get like too crazy because we know that we have other topics to get into. But Jez, so hopefully if you had a chance to look over the questions, I didn't want to give them to you too early because then people are like, scripted answer type thing. But what is the first game you remember playing?
I'm not sure on this because my uncle did bring an Atari 2600 to my house when I was a little kid, really, really little. So it might have been one of the games on that, like Pong or something like that. Or I remember this game where there was like little blocks, like two little spaceships shooting each other. Yeah. But I'm not sure if I played that first or if I played on my Master System first, because I had a Master System which had Alex Kidd in Miracle World built into the system. Like you didn't even need to put a cartridge in. Oh, wow. I think that might have been the first game I played.
Wow.
That would have been like in the early 90s or something. Long time ago. But yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I've been playing like games most of my life, I think, at this point.
I think all of us had though.
Right.
Real.
Yeah, we all grew up,
the
right?
Gaming generation,
But it's always cool to hear what people remember playing first, because everybody remembers something different. But so this question, we kind of like break it up into game or franchise, just because it's usually hard for people to bring your top 5 games, right? So we like to say, what are your top 5 games or franchises?
Franchise is a lot easier, because I did see there was a question like this on that Xbox posted recently, and I was thinking like, what actually are my top 5 games or franchises and stuff? I ended up picking Dragon Age Origins as my top game, I think. All right. I absolutely love
Dragon
that game.
Age, what?
Sappy.
Yes, that's her jam.
You could, so many different ways of playing it, like decisions that are actually meaningful and actually drastically change the outcome of not only the quest, but like the whole game all the way through. Relationships with the characters and, how like they can have serious consequences and not just artificial ones. And the combat as well, super, super satisfying, like freezing everyone with Cone of Cold and stuff. I love that game. I played it religiously for like a whole year, trying all the different ways, the different routes through the quests and stuff like that. Wow. But also like more recently, Monster Hunter World. Since I've moved to Germany, like can't see my friends and family as much. We tried to do this podcast for like I tried to do this podcast for several weeks, but my Saturdays were locked out because I was like trying to get through all my visitations, and the only day anyone was free was Saturday, so it made it hard to do anything else. But one way I bridged that gap was that me and all my friends, we really got into Monster Hunter World. It came around like right at the right time when I first moved to Germany, and it was the perfect kind of game because it's not so heavy on story. You don't have to sit through like huge lengthy cutscenes. You can just jump on, bash some monsters, and really collaborate. And absolutely had a blast at that game. I got like 800 hours played in that game.
Monster Hunter World,
my brother and stuff. Yeah, Monster Hunter World.
Like that's the thing. That's the thing. We've played through Monster Hunter World several times. Like together. And what trips me out with that is the fact that like where are the updates? They keep updating the Nintendo version of the game, Rise, all the time. But I'm like, where's the world updates? It's like, what happened there? Is there some sort of engine situation, or it takes two ever to get updates? So I don't understand why I don't have any updates.
The rumor is they're working on a new one, Monster Hunter Paradise. I think the leak said it was called.
I hope so.
So I think the team that worked on like Monster Hunter Rise is separate from the team that worked on Monster Hunter World. So Rise was developed to be more like Nintendo Switch friendly. Right. I don't know why it's still not on Xbox. Nintendo must have co-funded it or something, but I don't know.
That would be the only thing that would explain that, because it's like the only thing that's consistently getting updates at this point. Because I love
whatever the new one is, like better servers, right? Because,
I absolutely love the Monster Hunter World though. I thought it was great.
Yep.
Like you get past the learning curve, and the controls on console at least. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic game.
All right. There's two.
I'll speed run the next ones for the interest of time, but World of Warcraft probably. I think I just have to say that because I've got 10,000 hours played in World of Warcraft. I've been playing it on and off. Yeah, game's like it's 19 years old now, I think.
Yeah,
entering its 19th year. Played that game on and off for 19 years. It's crazy to think about.
So do you still
I'm not
take
playing
off
at the
time?
minute.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I'm not playing at the minute. Like work got too busy. But I tend to come back to it in the winter when work calms down a bit, and then play through the spring, and then the summer work gets busy again, so I have to sort of drop it again. But pretty excited for the new expansion, Dragonflight. Looks like Blizzard's sort of addressing a lot of the feedback and the issues, trying to like up level the core game instead of just building things that get thrown away patch by patch. So also another favorite game of mine, probably Final Fantasy VII. Original, I should add. That was the game that I played that when I was about 11 or 12, something like that. Maybe 10, I don't know. But that's the game that took me from like thinking of games as like a fun little toy or something to being like, oh my god, this is actually like a deeply emotional experience.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the new one? Just to ask.
I hate it. I actually reviewed it and I gave it a high score. I did give it a high score because it is a good game and like the combat's really good, but man, I just hate the direction they took the story, and I was just like, I won't spoil it because a lot of it comes in towards the end, but I wasn't a fan of the direction they're taking the story. But that's just nostalgia, I think. It's not. I think, mate, it's fine what they're doing with it, for a modern audience or whatever. But at least I'll always have the original, right? And that's 4, and then 5. That's tough. I really like the Fallout franchise a lot.
All right. Look at lady.
That's lady. That's lady right there.
Yeah. Which one? If you had to pick one, which one?
Man, it's really tough to pick one because I love the base building in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I love the RPG stuff of New Vegas. But I also like the classic ones as well, the turn-based ones. It's really tough to pick like one that's actually favorite. I even played Fallout Shelter quite a lot. I think overall, if I had to pick my favorite, I'd probably say Fallout 3 because that was actually the first one I played. Fallout 3 with the DLC was the one I probably played the most overall. I always felt like 4's decisions weren't as impactful as I'd like.
I agree.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the shooting and the base building stuff in 4 was just absolutely phenomenal and really, really fun. So it's sort of, I wish I could have a 3 remake on like the Starfield engine or something. That would be great.
Man, no more remakes. Hashtag
yeah.
no more remakes. That's
Yeah.
I'm so
No more
no more remakes.
Right.
I'll just give us Fallout 5, you know. We're probably
Right.
going to be waiting 10 years to get that.
I'll be
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
I do
I'll be
love the
here.
Fallout franchise.
I'll be here waiting. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, I got one little random question I have to ask
Yep,
you,
go ahead.
Jess. So now since I got you on here, what is the deal with the weird food posts in the?
I was
I was
gonna say
gonna
that.
add that too. Yeah, like what's up with the mayo?
Yeah, what's
Like,
with the mayo, the beans on
The beans,
the
yeah.
bean watermelon was like, oh my god, that was
beans
disgusting.
and coffee
Watermelon.
though. Like
It's because, right? One day I posted an innocent picture, what I thought was an innocent picture of some fries with mayonnaise. Now,
Ugh.
I've
no
always
problem
eaten
I
with
fries
like
with
that.
mayonnaise.
Fries with mayonnaise is good.
Yeah.
Nah, fam.
But some Americans on my timeline were really upset about it.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? What's wrong with fries and mayonnaise? Like,
That's like
just-
the original condiment for fries.
it's pretty, at least in Europe, it's pretty standard, right? But a lot of Americans were offended by this. So then I discovered that Americans are offended by a lot of British food combinations. And then, like, you know, I realized that, like, baked beans doesn't seem to be much of a thing over there. I posted a picture of beans on toast. Just beans on toast, which is a British staple breakfast or lunch. Baked beans, boil them up, pour them on some toast, maybe grate a bit of cheese on, you know, black pepper, you know, rocking it. And some Americans were really offended about baked beans. So now
It's really good though. Like
I
seriously.
want to try it.
Like it's really good. Like that was one of my favorite things when I went to like London was having like a classic British breakfast because I seen it and I heard it and I thought what is this? But like when you taste the flavors, it hits all the palates. You know what I mean? Like it's really good.
It's like, you're enlightened. Exactly. So, but then I just took it too far. You know.
Yeah.
I just
right.
I just like the trolling and I see all the people spamming all the gifts. It's so funny.
Okay.
I just do it when I'm bored, really. I was just flying it.
It always catches me off guard. So I'm like, what is he posting this time?
I know. I'm telling you, the way I think it was yesterday or a couple of days ago where he posted the coffee pot and the pot was full of
I
beans.
was like,
And
why?
so was the like filter, and I'm just like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So when you post these, do you find these or do you make these yourself? Like I'm gonna put some beans.
Or
I made a couple of them. I made that shrimp Xbox controller with the pile of shrimp on it. I don't know if you've seen that on my banner.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
I was doing that. I was at my girlfriend's place, and we live with her parents. And I was on the kitchen table piling up shrimp on this Xbox controller to take a photo. I'm there with my camera, and then my girlfriend's mom and her stepdad came in the room, and they looked at me like, "What the hell is going on?"
Right?
I was like, I could explain. And then we had the shrimp for dinner.
He did it for the gram. He
That's
did it.
hilarious.
Do it for the gram, yeah.
All right. Well, now we're done with questions. We got a little bit insight of who is Jez. So,
I'd like to know his favorite food.
oh yeah, I
yes,
didn't
a
add
good
that
one.
one in.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
always ask that.
Okay.
But yeah, favorite food. Sorry.
Spaghetti.
Another question.
Spaghetti.
Okay.
Daddy.
Really?
Classic and simple. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but
I
see,
love spaghetti.
there's different types of spaghetti. You got to get a
Yeah,
little
because
specific.
he's not
You're not
American. So
Right.
yeah,
So-
spaghetti.
You got to elaborate a little bit.
Any carbonara, bolognese,
Ooh,
you know.
bolognese is my favorite.
Now I'm gonna this might upset Americans again, but one of my favorite spaghetti dishes is spaghetti with tuna and mayonnaise and black pepper and olive oil.
Oh damn.
Well, okay, so that kind of
Hold up,
sounds
hold
like
up.
a tuna salad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's a tuna salad.
Yeah.
Try it. Spaghetti with tuna, mayonnaise, black pepper, a
Yeah,
little bit of olive
that's
oil.
tuna salad. That's tuna salad. That's
Yeah.
That's
that's
a great
good.
cheese.
That's good.
That's
That's
tuna
good.
I have a friend who makes her pasta salad. She makes it with some tuna in it, and it's like
Yeah, we just
fire.
call it something different. We don't call it
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's
But
good.
I think I eat with spaghetti. Like I use it like a sauce. I'm weird. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, mayonnaise
Okay.
really is a sauce. Like, I don't know.
I guess I'm just not a huge
put
fan of
mayonnaise on
mayo. That's
everything.
probably why. Like I'm not a huge mayo.
I love it, man. I put mayonnaise on everything.
There's probably like more stuff that you eat that has mayonnaise in it because it's like a base. I mean, it's almost like a mother sauce.
Yeah,
Here's one that'll freak out British people. Mayonnaise and Twiglets. If there's any British people watching, mix mayonnaise and Twiglets. I doubt any Americans know what Twiglets are, but that
was my question. That was
that was my
It's like a Marmite wheat snack.
Oh.
And now I don't know if you know what Marmite is.
Yes, I do.
I do know.
Oh my god, that just
So
like pulled up some barf in my mouth. I can't do it.
So it's like Marmite wheat snack mixed with mayonnaise is absolutely amazing. Great if you're drunk.
Wow.
Brilliant food.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that sounded like some drunk food.
Oh my god.
But or Twiglets and hummus is really good too.
Hummus, okay.
No, I'm so sad for American friends that they don't have Twiglets. They're the greatest. They're the greatest snack ever.
Maybe
anybody who's in America who wants to try Marmite, if you have a world market near you, they have tons of Marmite products actually. So
Marmite is the best. It's so good, and it doesn't go bad. Like it's apocalypse food. You can buy like tons of Marmite. It doesn't go off because even bacteria won't eat it.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wow.
Oh, but I'm expecting to eat it. Oh, see.
It's too toxic for bacteria to eat, so it doesn't go off.
That's how good it is.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's enough for me, fam. That's
I'm like hard pass.
We know we might have to add that as one of our next
challenges.
No,
Boogie, no.
Why she talking like she gonna do this?
Yeah, why y'all let Boogie pick this?
I would. All right.
Yeah.
We had a hot chicken wing challenge, Jez. So
some
people were.
You can put Marmite on chicken wings.
I've seen that before. Now it's going too far.
Don't
Let's
give
just
right?
Okay.
Let's get into the topics. All right. So first off, since the last show was like in the morning of the heat of Comic-Con, so we really didn't get to talk too much about anything that was announced because Saturday is pretty much the day where a ton of stuff starts being sent out to everybody. Sunday as well. So I just wanted to know what were some of your highlights from Comic-Con announcements. So I'll just go through everybody. So CHAREECE, I'll start with you. What were some of your highlights? Just, you don't have to go like to, I already said besides Wakanda Forever. Besides Wakanda Forever.
Do you want me to just leave off everything Marvel then? What?
No, just highlights.
Okay,
Highlights.
Agatha's show that was announced officially.
Yeah.
Loki's getting a season 2. Love that.
And they're already filming too, I think.
Hey, even better. What else was there? Fantastic Four was officially given a date, but it's like 2 years out, so we're good with that.
Yeah, and it's not going to be an origin story, folks. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me see. I would say that's. Yeah, I like how they give a timeline. There's some spots missing, but I figured that'd come.
Yeah, we got what's name in September. D23 is coming. Yeah.
So I did enjoy Marvel's showcase. People came out in costumes. They had the little performance with Wakanda Forever with the singers. That was adorable. Had me in tears.
Yeah.
DC. I'm trying to love them so
much.
Like
what was that tweet? Like it was just like it said soon or coming and it had like
Superman thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
and
that
then
was so disappointing.
Turns out it was nothing. Well it wasn't nothing.
It was something,
I wouldn't say,
but it was still nothing. It was basically celebrating the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman series. But like, who does not have that? Who has not read that? Like, come on, people. I guess they're gonna like redo it in maybe a hardback or something, and with some extra commentary from the creators and the writers. But like, I was expecting so much more.
Me too. I was so disappointed.
So bad.
Yeah.
All right. Is anything else from Comic-Con besides Marvel DC announcements?
What else did I see? I saw a lot. I don't know. I can't think right now.
All right. I'll move on. So below you is Delilah. Delilah, do you have any highlights from?
I get my news from you all when it comes to the Comic-Con and stuff. But the standouts definitely were all the Disney Plus announcements because I will be watching though. I have to. I will be watching.
Right. It's basically like you'll never be able to cancel this.
Right.
Service,
Never.
right?
Because they keep adding such good, more and more content that I like. I mean, Loki season 2. The way the season 1 ended, I can't wait for season 2. So yeah, I'm excited for that the most. So yeah, that'd be me if I had to choose.
All right. Okay, cool. And then Jez, do you have any highlights from San Diego Comic-Con announcements?
I didn't even know it was happening. I'll be honest. I'm not a big superhero guy.
Okay.
I do read some of the sort of. I have read some of the more famous comics over the years, like V for Vendetta and Watchmen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not super into comic book stuff. But was the Sandman Netflix show announcement from Comic Con?
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was super exciting for me because, well, I sort of like, it's weird because my dad has always tried to get me to read Sandman, like since I was a little kid. And it's probably not the most kid-appropriate comic in the world. I'm finding out now. But I had weird parents, okay? I saw that the Netflix show was coming out. I was like, because my dad actually bought me the comics ages ago. I just never got around to reading them for whatever reason. I hate reading, which is weird because I'm a professional writer. But I hate reading. I hate reading books. I hate reading articles. I don't proofread my own articles. Don't tell my editor that. But I just hate reading, unless it's a DM or a tweet. I love Twitter because it's nice and
little
short.
chunks,
Right.
Yeah. I could do that, but I can't do like textbooks and stuff. So I totally sucked at school and all that. But I can just about do comics, speech bubbles I can do. So I just put it off though because it was like all these books, massive books, and I was just like I can't read all that. But I saw the Netflix show announced, and I was like, man, I should really go back and give these books a read maybe. And I did. I started reading them, and I'm like book 5 now of the remastered volumes, and I'm mind blown. It's just so damn good. The comics are. So like, I'm just thinking like if this Netflix show can even approach the quality of this comic, it's gonna be a really big deal, I think. But then this is Netflix, and they can be a bit hit and miss when it comes to adapting an established IP, right?
Let's not jinx it.
Let's not jinx it. Touch wood, but. It looked good, like some of the scenes and stuff like that. But that's the only like sort of Comic-Con thing that I was interested in. But I am trying to get into the MCU. I am trying. Me and my girlfriend watched Iron Man 1 and 2 the other day.
Okay.
So we're starting. I'm a few years late, a few decades late.
Few.
Yeah, just a little.
So I am trying. I'm trying to be cool.
Yeah, I was wondering when you said trying. I'm like, trying? What does that mean?
I'm a DC kid,
Okay.
Like
yeah,
Batman.
so you're suffering right now. That's what's happening.
Yeah, kind of. I did like the Pattinson movie though, a little bit.
That was good.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, I don't know. They need help, like because they're just as rich stories, right? And they have great stories there to tell. But whoever is in charge is, I don't know. I feel because I've always been a DC and Marvel fan, but I feel like Marvel has enough people in charge who actually care that are making the movies, and I don't feel like the same is happening on the DC side. So
yep.
I don't know.
DC has a better animated.
Yeah, they do for sure.
Yeah.
If you want to still love DC, show them some support. Watch their animated series. Start with back in the day with the Superman, Batman, and go all the way through that. If you want to go through, I think it's called the Deem universe. Go all through that, and then they like restarted it or something. I don't know, but it's the animation is slightly off, slightly different, but it's still good. Yeah.
All right.
Animation, because they got a Green Lantern that just came out. Or is it coming out next week? I can't remember when it's coming out. A new Green Lantern animated movie come out with Jon Stewart. It is on my watch list. I got to check that one out.
All right. CHAREECE always has like the random comic book news. All right. Anything else from you, Jez? Or move on to. Lady?
Nah, it's all good for me.
All right, Lady. What about you?
Blade.
Yeah, they did announce the date for that.
Blade. We gonna dress up. We gonna dress in all black for Blade. We gonna be looking like some. We gonna do vampire cosplay and everything for Blade. And Agatha, I think that's the one.
Yep, Agatha Harkness.
Yes, I really fell in love with her character in WandaVision. So to see a spinoff of that is great. I can't wait to see that. And it's basically most of Phase 5. Phase 5 make me want to like pre-order movie tickets now.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And the Funko exclusive pops dropped that weekend, I think.
Mhm.
So I think it was like Black Panther is the one that I really highlighted on the pop.
Yeah, I think I ordered like all the Black Panther.
No,
pops.
I could have ordered all of them, but I just said I ordered one. So
Yeah, I've basically convinced myself that I don't have room for it anymore. Like I am not. I'm just trying to
You can
kind of
always
roll it
build
in.
more space.
I know,
you can build
but-
up, you can build out.
See,
Right.
y'all encouraging a bad habit. You know what I'm saying?
You can, hide them under the bed and just bring them out when company comes over.
I ain't snitching. Someone told us we was a bad influence yesterday.
Right.
Ooh.
Mhm.
So for me, the main thing is the panels. I love the panels of Comic-Con. So, and one of my favorite animated series is Archer. They had a panel from them. So that was the highlight for me. If you like panels, I would suggest you go and watch the replay. But moving on into some gaming news, we have, and I want to say Annapurna.
And a
I hope
printer
I'm saying
interactive.
that. Yeah.
And a
Yep.
printer interactive.
They had
yeah.
their showcase, and there was a lot of videos that were announced, and I believe they're the ones who brought us Stray. So they had their showcase. Some of them weren't even really like, here's the game that's coming. It was more so like, here are the devs that are making a game for us, and here's their story. So I went through and I kind of like took a look at some of the games. Hopefully you guys did as well. One of the highlights for me was the Suitor game. I don't know
Thirsty
why.
Suitors.
Thirsty
Suitors.
Suitors. Oh my God, the trailer had me dying. And I immediately thought of CHAREECE because CHAREECE and I are probably the only people who played through Boyfriend Dungeon, right? And
Cool. Play that game.
yeah, Boyfriend Dungeon is like,
Man, we needed
It's
to
good.
do
I can have
Delilah.
that. Yeah,
it's
man.
good.
I see
Okay,
you. I
so
see
it's
you.
the same type of thing, CHAREECE, since I'm just talking to CHAREECE apparently.
Hey,
And you have combat, and CHAREECE, there's actually a summoning move where you can summon your mom, and
What?
she throws a shoe at him. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay, so that was like, my highlight there. But I'm not sure. Did everybody get a chance to take a look?
I mean, you did. It intrigued me when you said it's a RPG, right? It's supposedly an RPG.
Yeah.
Thirsty
I guess
Suitors
it's a
is
role-playing game,
it's
but
an RPG?
there's combat too. I don't know.
Your
Your choices do matter. Your choices do matter.
It says it's a turn-based RPG. Like that's what it says. That's all. I'm looking at the little rundown.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So that's already intriguing for me. I mean, so I'll check it out. Like, cause I like those type of games because you can kind of chill, relax,
Yeah.
and do something while
Right.
the game's kind of unfolding.
And the art style is cool.
that's what I liked about it was the
Yeah,
art
and-
style.
Very
I'm-
colorful.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's
I
your
said,
turn.
and I'm seeing that it's gonna be for, according to IGN, just to kind of so I can say my source here. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass, so I am
Yeah, it is.
definitely checking that out for sure.
Even on their website, they say that at the end of the
Oh, see,
trailer. It's
okay,
coming to Game
alright.
Pass first, so everybody will be able to play it. Yeah, that's here on the
Okay.
panel because all of us have Game Pass. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else that stood out to anyone? That was my one that stood out.
Forever
Okay.
ago.
I did write that down too.
Forever
German
ago.
duo team. It's road trip, right? Of an
Yeah.
older man.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Life is Strange. What about you?
I like I know this is for me, it's like a coming of age type of game. Forever ago, it feel like that, he going on this road trip feeling like, what has he done? What can he do? And it's gonna be like some serious messaging, I think. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely down for that. Flock is good as well. Flock reminds me of A Long Hike. So if you haven't played A Long Hike, it's a good game. You should play it. It reminds me of that. But Thirsty Suitors is pretty good.
That was one of the bigger ones. One thing though that stood out to me, which is a game that I absolutely love, is What Remains of Edith Finch. And they're like,
But that was just updates, right?
yeah, but
60
the
FPS.
people who haven't played that game need to play that game, in my opinion. Like
Okay.
it's just the way the way that game unfolds and the way the story is told is just so good. And I also was glad to see that the Pathless is coming to other platforms other than PlayStation. So I know that it was one of those. I think it was an exclusive for them for a while, and so it's finally being brought out on other platforms. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but and Solar Ash is now hitting the Xbox platform, so I'm excited for those.
All right.
So yeah.
What about you, Jez? Anything that stuck out to you from the showcase?
Yeah, the Pathless coming to Xbox, cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't watch the show itself. I don't know if it was because of the time of day or something like that, but I did check out the list of games that they got coming to Xbox, and I was surprised at the abundance of Game Pass inclusions that are in there. Seems like Annapurna's really on that Game Pass train, right? So you know, a lot of cool stuff for Game Pass coming, more value, which analytically sounds pretty cool to me. But it does sound like a lot of the games that were PlayStation exclusive from them are going to make their way across, which is, you know, obviously a good thing. It makes you wonder what else, because they've got a few games that are exclusive to PlayStation that never made their way across to Xbox. So maybe it's a good sign for other games. I don't know. And that reminds me, I really need to finish Ashen, because Ashen was a really good game, but I just never.
Good. Yeah, it's very Souls, right? Souls-like kind of game.
Yeah, it's a Souls-like kind of game.
Yeah.
But there's also this sort of like wholesome building a base, helping people kind of aspect to it. So I do want to. I do want to
multiplayer too. Can you bring people into your game? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a similar multiplayer system to Dark Souls, where you could, like, you know,
summon people in.
Yeah, sort of. I think a lot of people didn't like that it wasn't more traditional multiplayer, but you could. They did add a system where you could set like a friend code now to lock people out of your game if you didn't want them. At first they were going to just let anyone phase into your game or something, but they added that friend code system down the line. But I want to go back and check that out. And the studio that's making Ashen, just to ramble, they're also making that game for Xbox. Oh, what's it called now? They had the fox in it at the showcase. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Foxy Zelda?
No, that's
no. It was like an action game with a fox in it. Hang on, I'm just gonna look that up real quickly because it's gonna really bug me.
I know. Speaking of Ashen, though, that wasn't that their first game. Like, if I'm not mistaken, was it Ashen? Like,
it was their first game,
title. Yeah. And so for it to have been their first game, I thought it was really good. Flintlock. Yes, the one, the over the shoulder kind of third person action game that was in the showcase. That was on our list. Flintlock. Yeah, the chick with the buzz cut. And
so that's made by the devs who made Ashen, and it's like, it looks really good. But yeah, that's an aside. I don't know if Annapurna is actually publishing that game or not, but yeah, that's me. I didn't watch the show.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. That's why I put in the the link so you can get the highlights. But CHAREECE, was there anything that stuck out to you besides?
That honestly, that was the only one because it was so colorful and it had the black girls and everything with the hair, and they were straight out the 80s. I loved it, and that was the only one I really paid attention to. Because again, like you said, it does remind me of Boyfriend Dungeon, and that's the best game ever.
Yeah, so we'll play it. I think I'm gonna play it on PC too. Anywho's, and hopefully they have it on the cloud gaming so that I can use my Steam Deck. Right.
Okay. Yes. More Steam Deck, please.
So one game that we didn't talk about that I do want to hit from the Annapurna showcase was The Lost Wild. It's made by Great Ape Games, and it basically looks like real fucking Jurassic Park. Like, you're in Jurassic Park and you have to survive and get out, and there's dinosaurs chasing you the whole way. So it's first person, but it, like, watching it just really looked like the scenes you would see in Jurassic Park. Like, there's this one part where you're trying to open a door and two raptors are coming at you, and then you see him spark the flare, to kind of like keep them away. And I was just like, oh, this looks kind of scary. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So that was my last highlight from that show. And then just moving on, one of the topics I had, and I guess, I don't know, Delilah and I are probably the VR people here.
Oh yeah.
Delilah probably being the most. But it looks like the FTC is going to be looking into Meta as far as a VR monopoly.
Oh, wow.
Right. And it's mainly because they're essentially trying to like buy up everyone, right?
Oh, wow. So
I'm just
it
wondering if
because
you got a chance to take a look. Yeah.
I haven't really, I saw the topic, but I didn't get a chance to dig into this story because you know me, I like to kind of find out like the details, a little bit details about stuff like this.
Right.
But I mean, it's interesting because when you think about the market, I mean, you have Valve had a headset. I think Microsoft had a couple of Windows-based headsets, but the most, of course, PlayStation, and then you have Meta with their headset, and then with this price increase, maybe that kind of tipped some people up. Like, let's look into like what's going on there.
Yeah, it was already this, but they said that they basically called BS on this price hike. You know, they're basically like, you already are, you know, one of the top competitors, so there's really no need for you to do a price hike.
Oh yeah, I see.
Other than trying to buy up more.
It's like if PlayStation had done this, it probably would have been a different, because they're not like number one in the market, and like, you know, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know too much about
they're basically saying it's just PlayStation, Valve, and Meta are the top people right now.
Yeah.
For VR, and they're essentially saying like they're trying to just gobble up people to make themselves the top instead of like actually making the device better, right? So I'm not sure. So I guess, Jez, did you get a chance to take a look? Do you have any opinion here?
Yeah, I did look into this a little bit. Some people have taken a sort of alarmist stance to it, where they're kind of like, sorry, my back's killing me.
No,
I need to get used to this chair again. But taking this sort of alarmist stance where it's like the FTC, the fact that the FTC is blocking this deal for Meta, kind of indicates that maybe they'll block the Activision deal for Xbox. But I think it's a very different situation.
You're right.
What they're doing is they're trying to ensure that the VR industry has a chance to mature a little bit more before and actually have some form of competition before they just let Facebook buy everything.
Right.
Because they don't want to be in a situation, which is basically what we've got in social media now, where Facebook owns pretty much all social media in the West, and it's taken China to really build something that could give Facebook any kind of competition in that space. But in the early days of social media, Facebook bought Instagram, they bought WhatsApp, and they were able to do it without any sort of scrutiny or oversight because of, you know, governments didn't understand social media. None of us did, really.
Right.
And you know, Facebook was able to just waltz in there and buy everything up. So I think the FTC is taking a more cautious approach to this, because the idea of Facebook potentially owning a system that literally straps onto your face,
right?
And if that, I don't believe it's ever going to happen, but if that ever did become the preferred modality for accessing the internet, and Facebook as an ad-driven company has full-blown control over that because they've been able to monopolize small companies while this industry is still growing, then that's bad, you know. But the Activision deal is different, and even though it's a $72 billion acquisition, it's in a very mature market, which is very competitive with, you know, and even with the acquisition, Microsoft still doesn't end up in the top spot. So it's a very different argument to make, where it's, you know, where it's like, which we're trying to investigate and test whether Facebook can legally muscle in on this very early, potentially very early sort of market. Whereas with Microsoft, they're basically saving a dying company and saving, you know, the investors from losing their money, basically. So it's a very different situation, I think. And I don't think it's a lot of people are using this to console war and be alarmist about it and stuff like that. But I think it's a completely different situation. So that's my analysis: is Facebook's evil, and let's stop Facebook from having.
I would concur. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I'm worried about, right? Like, and even the price hike, I was just like, this is BS, because you were already making profits, right? So like, why do you now
can't escape Facebook in Europe?
Yeah.
Like you delete your Facebook, you delete your Instagram, then you still have to use WhatsApp because everyone in Europe uses WhatsApp.
Yeah,
All my family uses
yeah.
WhatsApp. Can't escape WhatsApp. So like it's that kind of situation. You know, they don't want to create another situation where it's like if you want to use a VR fitness app, it's owned by Facebook. And that's what it's ultimately about, I think. But we'll see. Hogue Law on YouTube says that the FTC doesn't have a good argument. They're basically arguing against the fundamentals of capitalism here. You know, where someone builds a company up and they have the freedom to sell it. You know, they should have the freedom to sell it, depending on your beliefs. To sell it,
but that's the reason why we have monopoly. You know,
exactly.
Within capitalism, because you don't want to have one person controlling everything. I mean,
exactly.
You just don't, because then who are they beholden to? They're only beholden to themselves. So.
And when
Facebook will try and just last point. Like Facebook will try and argue that VR is in competition with mobile phones and that their app platforms in competition with Apple and Google, and they'll try and argue that it's the same sort of market rather than a separate market. And I think the FTC want to test whether it is a separate market or not at a legal level. And but yeah, I think it's different to the Activision stuff and can't really be used as a litmus test for what the FTC's behavior is going to be. I could be wrong. The FTC could be just on acting ideologically, and there's a lot of skepticism out there about Facebook and big tech, and it's all over the media, and the government feels this impetus to rein it in, whatever that means. But yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out, I guess. Yeah, sorry, Delilah.
Go ahead, Delilah.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna kind of mention that I'm pretty sure, like, when all those acquisitions happened, those companies were private, so it's like you won't the regulation, the levels of like depth they have to take to kind of reel in the issue of gobbling up those companies was probably not as strenuous as it would be for a public company. And I'm pretty sure that's why they're able to kind of do that. Like, okay, we're going to buy this. And when these companies were just probably getting, like you said, getting started, being new, easy for them to just kind of get them and with no, regulation.
Well, I think it's hilarious because it's the same thing we saw with like Microsoft back in the day, right? And like one of the reasons why people like hated Microsoft because they would come in and they would just swoop in and buy all these like smaller companies, get whatever they wanted out of them, and then dissolve the company, right? So it's like, okay, so we know that that's like not the greatest business practice, and we've already identified that. So now we're going to try to like rein that in, and then people are like, well, why are you investigating? And it's like, this is the same reason all of you guys hate Microsoft, right? So I don't understand why you don't understand the two are mutually exclusive. So I don't know, we'll see. I will follow this just because like you just, I don't know, I feel like Facebook is evil. So yeah. All right, so we have seen a lot in the past year about crunch, horrible working, well, not, I wouldn't say horrible working conditions, but poor working conditions at Rockstar, them being one of the ones that are constantly in the media for overworking, long hours, things of that nature. So they decided to put a new scope out on GTA6 to kind of like not downgrade but reduce the scope, right? So not as what's the word I'm looking for, not as ambitious as what they were thinking. So originally they were thinking of 4 lead protagonists, I think 3 different worlds. Now you're going to have 2 protagonists, 1 world. Do you guys feel like that is going to hinder the game? I feel like once you announce something and then you kind of reduce that scope, you're always going to have people who are like, well, now I'm not getting what I was supposed to be getting. So just trying to get a feel of how you guys are thinking the scope is going to, the new scope is going to do for GTA 6. And I guess I'll start. Oh, go ahead, Delilah.
I was gonna say,
I didn't think you wanted to talk about this one.
Well, I just, I'm not a fan of GTA. We know, right. But I just think about it in general, like as far as like from a quality standpoint.
Yeah.
In some cases with these games, because this open world to me has kind of gotten like the market is kind of becoming more and more saturated with the quote unquote Ubisoft style of games.
Right.
So I'm looking at it like less is more, and by reducing the amount of protagonists and reducing the worlds, to me, it could just mean it's a more focused game with, you know, more quality cut scenes, better storytelling, so on and so forth. And that'd be it. And that's my take.
And that's very logical, right? Like, and that's how I would look at it as well. And I think Cherise said the same thing to me when I sent it. But we know how the internet is, and I feel like this will end up being, and it'll be something that, you know, people get harassment for. I feel like,
sure.
But Cherise, do you have any opinion here?
Just to piggyback off what Delilah said, like with the Ubisoft thing, Ubisoft's one of their main issues right now is that they can't figure out if they want a man or a female in their lead. So
I think they did announce that it was going to be
one of
Latino.
Yeah, so I hope that the choices in the storyline actually match that it is a female in the lead.
Right.
Like the work is done to
right. Because a lot of times they'll say it's a female, like in
just a
Assassin's Creed. It's like,
but the story design can go either way. It doesn't really matter. Like, so it's just a placeholder. So I'm hoping if they're gonna go with this female lead, that the story is actually geared towards her.
Right. Because typically when you see a female lead, it's almost like they're a gay female, right? Because it's like you can tell that the choices are really for a man, not for a woman, right? Yeah. So, or for a straight woman. So it's like, was the role really for a woman, or did you just make it a woman to sound like you were being progressive, right?
That part. So that, and then like I was saying earlier in our DMs, like, if I would rather have one large city with maybe concentrated districts and more interactions with the people or better side missions than like 3 big cities and like everything be just generic. I feel like if it's one big city, they have more time to polish it up, have more unique quests, maybe more activities that you could do. I just feel like, you know, if they narrow it down, they can do more with it, if that makes sense, I guess. I don't,
Yeah. All right. Jez, did you have an opinion on this?
I mean, I agree with you guys about like the whole sort of. I remember thinking this when I played Mass Effect, how like, you know, female Shepard is basically just dude Shepard with a different skin.
Yeah.
And a lot of games, Assassin's Creed as well. Was it
especially
the
Odyssey
Greek one? The Roman one?
Odyssey and
Odyssey.
Valhalla.
And Valhalla.
Yeah, it's it doesn't, you know, and I got gamer friends who are, you know, siblings and family and cousins, like, who, you know, are girls, and they, you know, they relate their experience, and I've heard that sentiment that you guys just put out time and time again, that it's not really representative, and it doesn't have the kind of quest they'd be interested in, and even like oftentimes the kind of like cosmetics they'd be interested in. It just feels like the archetype is dude, and they're just trying to score progression points with the least amount of effort possible. That said, I do think GTA is the one game where they could do it justice, and that it wouldn't be just swapping the dialogue over. I feel like if you look at GTA 5 and the way that was, it was sort of like you play one character, do his stuff, his personality is very distinct from the next character. Personality and his experience are very distinct. Like, you had the dude who was in like the sort of living the rich kind of lifestyle, and, you know, all the stuff, the problems and the terrible marriage and the stuff that comes with that. Then you had Trevor, who's like, you know, trailer park dude and whatever. I liked him because he had a Windows phone.
Okay. All right.
But I identified with Trevor, but that kind of stuff. So I would hope they take that kind of. There's a fly in there. It's really annoying there. But I hope they take that kind of approach where it's like you ping pong between them, and the stories are tailored more, and it feels more authentic. Because Rockstar games generally try to satirize a sort of semi-authentic experience, right? So I would hope they do it that way, and not sort of like the Ubisoft way, or the, you know, the BioWare way almost. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, you know. I think it's weird to think, because it's going to be they were putting out. Jason Schreier put out like the idea that it's going to be a very different GTA, and the studios go a very different culture. Dan Houser's not there anymore, and you know, there could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing as well. Like, I often think, like, are they going to take the teeth out of GTA because they're too scared of, like, you know, offending game journalists, and are they gonna, like, you know, take some of the sexy stuff out of it, like the sex appeal stuff, because they're too scared of offending some other kind of people, like you know, it's that kind of stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, what matters ultimately is it a good game? Does it create representation? Because these games are hugely influential, and there is some responsibility, you know, I would say that, especially when you're depicting, you know, a female character, like you say, to actually make a female character and not just palette swap a dude. So we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully they'll do it well, and they'll provide an archetype that other studios who, you know, say they want to be progressive, but ultimately they're just doing the bare minimum, you know. Hopefully they'll provide a template for how they can actually be progressive and not just, you know, sort of do the bare minimum. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm not a big GTA guy, so you know, I don't have a huge. I like GTA London, you know, back in the day, but you know, I respect the games. I like Red Dead Redemption a bit more. I like cowboys and the fantasy stuff.
Me too.
But I appreciate the games a lot though, because you know, you can just look at it and you just know that it's a great game just by looking at it. But it's not my kind of game. But for fans of it, I hope they do it justice, and you know, and that it does become something that people want and not just a cash grab. Because you know, 2K is one of these studios that sort of, they often do the bare minimum. You know, we've seen the way they've handled the WWE games, doing the bare minimum until people can't take it anymore. You know, and you know, we've seen the monetization in NBA, and also like NBA had a bug on Xbox that wasn't fixed for like 6 months, where it just crashed all the time. So sometimes, like, you do wonder if Dan Houser was the only thing keeping 2K from investing a high amount to make those games like masterpieces and not just you know, another 2K game. But we'll have to wait and see. I guess.
Yep. All right. I'll be playing it. Lady, did you have anything?
I think that they're gonna change up how the game used to be made, based on the landscape of today. I would say. I think I read in an article that they're gonna change some things. They're not gonna be they want to be more welcoming to all gamers, but everybody knows that GTA 5 Online ain't the most welcoming landscape, you know, especially towards female players, women players, girl gamers, you know. So they're trying to remove some of the toxicity out of GTA, you know. So with the
but doesn't they, the game is almost toxic by nature,
right? Like,
yeah, that
is GTA. Like, that's how I think about GTA.
You commit crimes
and
earn respect,
kick people out of their cars and take their whips. And, you know.
But they're gonna. I guess they're gonna try to like make it as just
maybe
as
we'll
more
be
progressive.
helping grandma across the street.
See, I don't know. Maybe.
Still, the name of game's Grand Theft Auto. So if I can't jack a car, then
what's the point? So, what's the point?
Yeah. Even though I'm not playing the game, but it still has to be. It still has to be the same level of craziness that we are used to. They just need to figure out how to have their leads not be an embarrassment to the people they're supposed to represent.
Yeah, I would agree. All right.
I'm a cop it though. I'm a cop it.
Well, we're coming to the end of the show, guys. We have one more topic and then some tidbits. So I'm going to add in, please, if you have any questions, make sure you type question in big bold. And your question, we'll probably only do a couple of these just so we can make sure that we don't take too long for the show. So my last topic was, we've heard a few companies announce this week lost revenue reports in For me, I kind of attribute a lot of this to not having a lot of AAA games. But do you guys see this as a trend throughout the rest of the year? Do you feel like you're gonna start seeing more layoffs? Like, how do you guys think that the game industry is faring? Because I feel like when we started the pandemic, right, like everybody was doing great. Everybody was really booming because everyone was at home playing video
People
games.
outside. That's something I can think of. People are outside. Like I said, we're in the heart of the summer, especially over here in the States. And gaming, reason why I feel like, this is personal opinion. That's why I feel like gaming revenue is down, is because people are outside. They're trying to enjoy themselves. They're traveling more. You see the travel industry is booming right now because people are trying to take vacations and people doing other stuff other than at home playing games. It kind of
well,
like,
and there isn't really anything to play.
Right. Like the release calendar is a little sketch this year too. So to me it's a combination of all of that. And I'll just leave it there.
All right. Anybody else?
It's a dry summer. Get in those backlogs and get to playing, because I think people tend to focus more on newer release titles and AAA games to hold them over for the summer. And to be honest, to me, that ain't, you're not a real gamer. You gotta hold. If there's nothing out there to game, you better find something to game. And yes, people are going back to work. People want to go outside after a year and some change of being stuck inside. Hell, there's going to be a lot of people outside. So I just hope that, for me, I just want more variety of different games. It don't matter if it's a AAA or indie game, because what the pandemic has taught me is that sometimes the best games ain't a AAA game. Yeah. Sometimes the best games is just a small team.
Warframe Dungeon.
Hades.
Hey,
right.
Hades was good.
Death's Door. Nobody saves the world. Games. You shouldn't
just make a great game at the end of the day.
Just make a great game. But I think how social media,
I think people have gotten accustomed to AAA, right?
Yeah, people are spoiled.
Is supposed to be that.
People are spoiled, and they expect to have AAA games all the time. And I feel like, certain people feel like they got authority to like dissect a AAA game, knowing that that's probably the only game they're gonna have for a while. And I think people should just take it as it is and enjoy just being a gamer. People talk too much about games and not playing them enough, and that's what bothers me the most. That's just what bothers me the most. So for me, my personal experience, I'm gonna go talk to my friends and say, "Hey, what's the new hot shit? Oh, The Quarry, or As Dusk Falls, RimWorld Console Edition." My circle is going to be the one that's going to tell me what's fire and what's not in these streets. So, and at the end of the day, is what I want to play. It don't matter what mode, what difficulty, what speed, AAA or indie. As long as my experience and the experience of the people around me are cool, it's all butter, baby. I don't care about detail. I'm not like a financial analysis on games. I just play them, and sometimes discuss about this. Yeah, but
I want to say, for me, because I just had to buy school clothes, and because school starts Monday here.
Oh wow! Jeez.
Yeah. So I didn't buy as much microtransactions as I usually would for the month of July, because I had to drop like good $400 on school supplies. Mm-hmm. So that is my reason. Prices have gone up on every normal day things, and I do like to eat. I am a greedy person, so I kind of prioritize food for this month alone over video games, because I had to clothe my child.
That makes sense. That's understandable. About inflation. Yeah, you start thinking about inflation, right. Like that makes so much sense. Everything's high.
The grocery store.
I think, they haven't been to the grocery
out on Friday, and I was like,
when did wings? Because you get the pack of wings from like the grocery store. When did they become $3 a pound? Like when?
Oh, please. I saw a pack of hamburger meat for $22. I threw that thing back up under. I was like, y'all is crazy.
Yeah, I think we went to a burger spot, my daughter and I, on Friday, and it was like $40 for just us two.
For just y'all two.
Yeah.
Just us two.
That's wild.
And I didn't even get a drink. She's the only one that got a drink.
Like, look,
so
give me
just,
the water. Let me get water.
Right, burger,
Two
fries,
waters.
burger, fries, drink. Like, yeah. So we're cooking at home.
Yeah, I got it.
So yeah, that could be the what's going on.
It could
here
be just
well.
inflation, and people want to see
Right.
their families and want to do something other than because a lot of people. Now think about it. The game to me, I feel like, especially with 2020 and pandemic and all that stuff, like you had people playing games that hadn't played games in a while. Like especially when you had what was it that dropped right when it hit? Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Crossing and how that boomed right when the pandemic hit. It's like times are changing. So
either adapt or get the fuck out. That's all I gotta say. I'm so serious about that.
Yeah.
When it comes to the gaming landscape, you better either adapt to it or leave because it's not gonna slow down for little old me. So that's just my thing.
So wait, do y'all think that AAA is dead then? Like, because I mean, we still got
no.
Okay.
No, but I think there's more emphasis on quality, right?
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
Especially when people don't have as much money to spend on games, you have to have quality. Like as soon as somebody hears, oh, this game has a ton of bugs, or oh, this game, has X, Y, and Z, people are not going to buy it. So maybe it'll make these companies think, okay, we have to actually put quality out.
Yeah, so you can't just delay the game. Delay the game and then get the quality.
But actually
right.
make it good.
But actually make it improve the quality. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, so on the tidbits, just a couple of tidbits I had. I'm not sure if anybody else has anything. Basically, Jez, what we do is we talk about things that we would like the people who are listening to know about. So one of the cool shows that I started watching this week that just came out on Disney Plus was Light and Magic. It was a documentary on this studio, the special effects studio that was created by George Lucas, basically to make Star Wars, and it was super interesting and pretty bonding for me and my daughter to watch because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I love movies, I love special effects, and just kind of seeing how that all went and what went into making Star Wars and how they had essentially made a company that paved the way for what we see as special effects like across the board. So I thought it was super interesting. Obviously, if you're not into movies, you don't like that type of thing, it'll probably be pretty boring for you, but I don't know, I was all in. I love that type of stuff. I mean, literally the first rigs that were being used to do the shots before this, you didn't have a machine and a computer essentially making sure that they were taking pictures of each item in the same location each time to be, and that's how they bring that into the film. Yeah, I know I sound like a geek right now, but
it's okay.
I loved it. So if you like that type of thing, you watch it. And then also Loot on Apple Plus, or Apple TV Plus. I don't know why they even added the plus. It's Apple TV, but that's with Maya Rudolph. The big sketch with her doing the hot ones was all over Instagram or all over social media because people thought it was like a real life thing, but it was for her show Loot, which is where she essentially becomes one of the richest women in America because her husband cheated on her. And they got a divorce. So now she has all this money and has to figure out what she's doing with it. I thought it was pretty cool because I can't remember what the actress name is, but she was the main character in Pose. She's in the show, so I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, those are my tidbits. Anybody else have any tidbits?
I do not.
I got one more. Oh, go ahead, CHAREECE.
Go. No.
No, I don't think I have any.
Okay.
All right.
So since we got Miles Dumpier in here and also Jez, I do have a bone to pick with y'all because y'all have y'all Xbox Chatter Days on our time slot, and we've been here for 4 years. So what's up with that? We've been here Saturday at noon for 4 years. So why do you have Xbox? I mean, I can blame you for not knowing. Well, I can't blame you for not knowing, but I always had that question. It's like, why did they pick Saturdays at noon when they know we right here?
You have to ask Miles that one.
That's why I saw Miles. Like, what's up, Miles? What's up with that?
Yeah. All right.
I think I don't know. I think Miles just because Miles as a kid and
Dang, Moms.
And he shares the office with his wife, and I think he picked the time slot where his wife wouldn't be working or something like that. But yeah,
Okay, all right.
could be tough
Well, he
because
could have just not known. I mean, a lot of people don't know about our show. I get it, but at the same time, a lot of people do.
it probably just didn't know. Like Mars is still pretty new to the Xbox community overall, I think. But
Okay,
yeah.
all right, cool. Thank you.
I don't know, maybe we could move it or something.
Maybe you could move
It's
it or
funny because like
something.
Rand hates doing the show, like our Xbox 2 podcast. He hates doing it on any day other than Friday because he doesn't want to overlap with I can't remember whose podcast on Saturday at the same time, but then he doesn't want to overlap with Iron Lords on Sunday.
Right.
He doesn't like doing it on a Monday. Yeah. So we don't do it on Friday. It's tough, but yeah. Sorry about that. On behalf of Windows Central and Future PLC.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. Anybody else? Any tidbits? Any other hate we're trying to spew out?
No
No shade. No
positivity today.
shade. Just curious. Just curious.
Try Marmite.
Right.
It's good.
No.
Yo,
use sunscreen.
you're gonna let LBOOGIE
Hey, Boogie.
put something
That's a
in
tier.
her braid, and she's
That's
gonna
a
send
tier.
us all
Oh my
all
god.
that.
Yeah, don't
That's
do
a
that.
tier.
That's a tier. That's
She
a
already,
tier.
she already,
Aren't
she already.
you're doing it as a Patreon challenge, right? I'm sure. I
Yeah.
heard you guys say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why
She already
not,
sent
right?
it. She already sent it to us right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, it never goes bad. Just keep it there. You know,
Yep.
it never goes bad. Just keep it there.
All right. So it looks like we have a couple of questions. Who's getting questions?
Oh, that you know that'd be one.
Ooh.
All right. And I don't know. Rain. I don't know. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm starting from when LBOOGIE puts your questions, because
Right.
I noticed
Yeah.
some people they like to put their questions before
Too
we
early.
Yeah.
Too
way
early. Too early. The first thing they say be like, they don't know good mornings, know how you doing.
This is
Just
my
a question.
question. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, Baron J67, level 1 in the building.
Right.
Level-
Shout out.
Level 1.
In the
Level 1
building.
gaming. Yeah.
What are y'all most anticipated games for the rest of the year?
Ooh.
Go
Go
ahead.
first. Okay. For
Look
me,
like
it's
you're ready.
Plague Tale Requiem. Easy.
All right.
Corn and
Did you say
Destiny?
Scorn? Did you say Scorn?
Yes.
Corn. It's already preloaded. It's already
Oh, God.
preloaded on my Xbox. It's already
Oh, my
preloaded on the
God.
You
Xbox.
can have that. You can have
That's okay. I will take it for the team and play it.
You gonna have
Scorn.
to. Ooh.
Hey, I can pull. I can finish it. See, I won't have no problem finishing Corn.
It's so gross though.
Ugh.
Right.
It's okay, but I think I can stomach it, and
I'm
I
gonna jump
think
in your chat and be like,
Right.
this right here.
that's fine. That's fine. I think I'm prepared for the grossness. Starfield. Also, I'm thinking.
this year. It's got to be this
Yeah.
year.
Oh, it's next year. I'm sorry. Well, then,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. God of War, Ragnarok. That's coming out in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the story is, the continuation of the story.
Yeah.
Right. Because we don't know.
I hope he doesn't. I'm really excited for that. So, and I'm happy that it's going to be on the PlayStation 4. So I don't have to like scour for a PlayStation 5 to play that game and have that experience. It may not look the cleanest, but
Right.
at least I get the story across.
Well, we'll make sure we send you some cooling
Oh,
pads.
yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
I
send
love
you-
it. Send me
Yeah.
Find out house
something.
fires. Right.
Yeah,
Get you a
AC1.
distinguisher and everything.
AC 130 and all.
Side,
That is how my PlayStation 4 sounds. But it is what it is.
All right. Who's next? CHAREECE? Do you have any anticipated games the rest of the year coming out?
Of course, but I'm gonna go against the grain. Gotham Knights and Midnight Suns.
I thought Gotham Knights was delayed until 2023.
No, it's both of them are October. One is at the
Okay.
1st of October. One is at the end of
Alright.
October.
Cool, cool.
Those are my birthday games. But yeah.
What was that game? The one, the guy who created Rick and Morty with the stabby.
Oh yes.
What is
yes.
what game is that?
High
High on Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
another
I thought
one.
it came out next year.
I thought that was this year, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. Don't get me lying.
No,
I
know
I
if-
think it was this year.
If it is this year, then that's another one on my list for sure. That one, yeah.
Yeah, High on Life.
High on Life. For me, it was High on Life, Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, and I think there's another one that I'm missing, but that's it for now.
Flintlock.
Yeah.
Diablo actually looked really. I'm sorry, I'm like going into mine now. Diablo looked really good. Forspoken, I'm probably gonna play. God of War. I can't remember if Hogwarts is coming out this year or not.
Hogwarts does come out this year.
Yeah, so I'll be playing that. And then one of the most. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
We are good people.
No, you're not. You're literally snakes. Cut it out.
We are good people.
No.
Yes.
Out of here.
We are. We are.
Lord. See, we can't do this.
Right?
We can't
Get
do
out
this.
of here with that nonsense. All right.
Us.
Spoken. Yeah, right. Us now.
Okay.
Jumping on the bandwagon. There was another one that I was thinking of. What's coming out really August, tomorrow. Not coming out tomorrow, but in August, Saints Row.
Ooh, I forgot about Saints Row, but I'm playing it anyway.
What about you, Jess? What are you looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to a game called The Cult of the Lamb, which is coming out in a few weeks. It's like a cute cult simulator.
What?
Children of the Corn? Yeah.
Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, it's from
Lamb.
Devolver Digital. And you play as a cute little evil lamb, and your job is to grow your cult of evil demon lambs.
Wow.
And
It's
kind of like
I want to play this because the art style looks like Gravity Falls, which I love. From Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like Diablo meets Stardew Valley meets evil. And that's my jam, right? So that's coming out in August, so it's pretty close. Also Persona 5 on Xbox.
I forgot
it's been out for a while.
that.
Yes, Persona.
So that's coming out in a few weeks, but that's pretty much it for me. I mean, I do like the look of Plague Tale Requiem, but I haven't even gotten around to playing the first one yet. So I feel like I have to play the first one before I can get on to the second one.
Play the first one.
I know
it's good.
It's in the backlog of shame with a bunch of other games.
Right. Which means you probably won't get to it.
Maybe. But that's the only two I can think of at the top of my head. I'm really excited for Call of the Lamb. I think it looks awesome. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me about that one because I actually might play this now.
Close to the Lamb. Looks
I sent it to you guys.
Okay.
But yeah,
cool.
If you don't know what Gravity Falls is, too, make sure you go watch that on Disney Plus too. It's a pretty good cartoon. It's not like kiddie cartoon, even though it was on Disney. Anywho, who else is there? Lady Infamous, did you say what you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
Next question.
All right. Rank G4, GWG head of security. How you doing? Good morning. What was your guys' favorite statues at San Diego Comic-Con? I wasn't checking the statues at all. I was checking for the movies and the pops.
I saw one.
Falcon?
That Captain America with the wingspan and it coming down like.
That was amazing. That was a very huge too. Yeah.
I didn't check out the price because I knew it was out my range, but like it was pretty.
I saw that one. So.
Okay, our next question is again from Ray G4. How do you guys feel about the new female character Punchline from DC? She's like a evil version of Harley Quinn.
How is there an evil version of Harley Quinn when Harley Quinn is already evil?
Right? Like that.
Well. They've kind of reformed Harley a little bit.
I don't know. She's still
right.
She's still Harley Quinn.
I'm kind of iffy on the character. She's more the Punchline character is not as happy, if that's the key word, as Harley, if that makes sense. And plus, she's not in love with the Joker. At least I don't think so. But
It is. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this.
Go ahead.
She definitely looks like She looks like the aesthetic is giving me Harley Quinn for real. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet. I gotta dig.
I can't speak much if I can't speak much if I don't know a lot of information about her.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's tough.
But Harley Quinn was crazy and smart at the same time as itself. I mean, I don't know what can they revamp off that character. You know.
And this is also a new character, right? A new. Yeah, it says it's a new character. Okay.
All right. I think we just have one more question.
Yep. Stu Jersey. You late, but you ain't really late. You right on time. Good morning, GWG. Good morning to you too, Stu Jersey. Did you all see the new Black Panther trailer? Thoughts, and how do you feel about EA making a possible Black Panther game? I don't know if you guys already covered this.
We just skimmed it because I'm pretty sure most of the ladies like.
Everybody's like, yeah, we've seen it. Yeah.
But we didn't get Jez's opinion. I don't know. Jez, did you see the Wakanda trailer?
I didn't, and I haven't seen Black Panther either. So it's
I've
only just seen Iron Man 2.
Yeah, he just said
that's right.
Okay. So
I'm going through them. I'm getting through them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna...
We watched Iron Man 1 and 2 this week, and then we're gonna watch Captain America and Thor and all that.
So they're going down the list.
So I'm going through them.
You're going down the list. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw Avengers at the cinema, but I was pretty ill at the time. I had a bender the night before, so I can barely remember it. But yeah, I'm trying to go through them, so I haven't got an opinion. But I've heard good things. A lot of people, say that's one of the better ones. So
it is.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
quite liked Iron Man. It's all right. It's pretty
And
good.
Iron Man. Yeah, I like Iron Man. All the Iron Man movies.
I don't know about 3 though.
That 3 was like.
No, I liked all of them.
Yeah.
See, of course you would. Of course you would.
Well,
Of course you would.
shit.
All right. I guess.
At the Black Panther game, if and when it does pop up somewhere, 9 times out of 10, I am going to buy it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about EA doing it, but I don't know. I'm always hopeful, but just like any other game, show me the gameplay. I don't want to see a CG trailer. Like I want to see like what it's gonna look like when I play the game, and then I'll be able to tell you like how I feel. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. I'm interested to see like how they're gonna handle when he died. CHAREECE has a theory that this is during the blip. I do not think this is during the blip. This is after the blip.
That would be insane if it was during the blip.
If it's during the blip, then they have to explain how he died after the blip. Like that makes no sense. You're basically
I like CHAREECE's theory because
but you're just pushing.
But that's fine. But that's fine because if they do it during the blip, it's like awesome because then they can just recast him, and that's what I want. That's what I want.
And then T'Challa's not dead. We are sorry Chadwick passed. But
T'Challa is not. He's very much alive.
I don't think so. I don't think you're going to see a new T'Challa for a few years.
Okay,
we're gonna go through that. Yeah. Just like in DC, right? When Heath Ledger died playing
Joker.
Why can I never remember his name? Joker. We did not see a Joker for years.
And that's fine. That's fine.
But
they recasted him. So we can have
I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see a T'Challa for years.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
They can recast
just as long as they recast him. Long as they recast him, I'm cool with it.
I want to see
Jazz, they've been having this discussion for a couple of weeks now.
Sorry.
Discord.
It's been in our Discord. Yeah. It gets heated. But
yeah. All right. I have one more question, Sir X-Man. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm gonna get your question. I synced it. Oh, what is this? I synced it. Yes. Is this for everyone in the panel? What was your first online game? I would like to start off with the guests on this one.
Ooh.
Like your first online game. I would say Warcraft. I would say.
No. It was Age of Empires 1.
Whoa.
I remember distinctly on my Windows. It was probably a 95 computer or 98 maybe. Mm-hmm. You had to go to msn.game. You had to go to gamezone.msn.com to sign in.
Address.
Yeah, this is the precursor to Xbox Live. MSN.game was Microsoft Game Zone. You had to download to play Age of Empires 1 online. You had to download. I think it was something like 400 kilobytes patch or maybe even less than that. And on dial-up, it took me 9 hours to download this patch to play Age of Empires Online. And in my first game, I was about 10 or 11 years old. I get into the game finally after playing all day, and I'm playing there, and there's the dude using the cheats, and he just swarms my base with those little convertibles using that cheat, which gives you cars, which would have guns on it. I was like, oh man. But yeah, that was my first online game. I remember it distinctly. I even remember the guy's username, Silver Tongue.
Oh wow!
Wow.
It's funny what the brain remembers, right?
He hates this guy, right? Like,
I hate this guy. He's my arch nemesis.
right.
I'm traumatized. That's why I remember his username.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you guys?
CHAREECE, Delilah. No.
Okay.
Like when you say online, do you mean like Xbox or whatever, or do you mean like
No, just online.
You playing online, playing with other people.
yeah,
That's what I assume.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably RuneScape. Y'all remember that game? It was like
RuneScape.
an MMO from back in the day. Of course, I was a mage. Of course, I had to throw a fireball. It was like very basic. Very like they had jobs and stuff that you could do. I don't know. It was like years ago, probably before I needed to be on the computer.
Yeah. These are RuneScape. So for me, I'm gonna pick something console. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was something on the PC though, because I've always was playing games on that. But I'll pick console, and for me, it was Xbox Live. You had the launch titles, Mecha Assault, I think it was Unreal Championship, and then like Whacked, I think was a very like the original. I'm not mistaken, but yeah, it will be that gambit of games because I was the Xbox Live beta tester, and so yeah, it would be.
I can't even remember my first online game. Like I probably remember my first online experience probably would be with Halo. That I can like really remember.
But the voice chat, that's when voice chat was really real, like.
Right. And I just remember because like I was still like getting into like playing shooters, and I just remember not liking it at all, right? Just because like being a young me and not really being into shooters at the time, and having all that coming at you with people talking shit to you and stuff, and me just being like, this is not for me. But you know, as an adult, I'm just, you know, you learn how to talk shit better. So it's better now. But
yeah, it's awesome.
As a young kid, you were very intimidated. I was just like, I don't think this is for me. But yeah, so.
Right. For me, it would have to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because I was like, I had my own place. I didn't have to like play somebody else the video game on somebody else's console at their own house with their own like. I couldn't like when I first played the Xbox, I was playing on somebody else's and I didn't get online. Not until I until I had my own, and you know, I saw the realness of what those, you know, 360 online
cams.
Right.
Webcams on deck as well. But really like Call of Duty Modern Warfare is when I actually said, okay, I'm gonna play online. And it was the School of Hard Knocks. So that would be it, Call of Duty for me.
Cool.
All right.
I know yeah. Stitch got a question.
Stitch, come on, Stitch.
Stitch is late. Yeah.
And look at the question.
Look at the question. Okay, you know what? Ask me. Oh man, you know what?
Yeah,
you know what, Stitch? First of all, you was talking about you was back from vacation and you was supposed to be playing Fortnite with us last night, but you didn't, and now you coming here.
She put you on blast on the show. She couldn't even. She didn't even want to sidebar it.
Yeah.
No, and then you want to put a question at the last minute about to do outros? Must be out your mind, girl.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We won't be taking your question this week, Stitch, but we really appreciate everyone coming through and listening to the podcast, and much appreciated to Jez. I know you are afternoon on a Sunday. I'm not sure if you had any other things to do, but you know, we really appreciate you coming through. You're always welcome to come to our show. We enjoy your opinion. I think you're probably one of the most level-headed people out there in games journalism right now. You get
so
a ton of
I appreciate that
bias. Of course. I mean, you'll give Xbox shit if they deserve it, right? And it's like,
yeah, man,
why can't we just talk that way, right? Like, why do we have to be so biased? But yeah, so.
My job is to make Microsoft do better for all of us customers. That's how I see my job.
I agree. I wish more people would do that to PlayStation.
We're not going there. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we got company. We gotta be nice today.
Yeah. I slid in. All right. Cool. Outros. Where can they find you, lady?
They can find me here on GWG every Saturday at 9 a.m. noon Eastern. The best thing on a Saturday morning. The best thing on a Saturday morning. Thank you for everyone that joined us, Jess. Thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate you coming through. You gonna check me? I got the Karambin blog, concert blog on deck, and then I got the Twitter curated RimWorld run, which is gonna be Naked Brutality, and I'm gonna put Phoebe Collapse. And we're gonna pray that a little bit later today, and just be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. And thank you so much. Oh, you can check me at my side piece, aka Twitter. You know, Elden Ring legend. So if anybody wants help in Elden Ring, please don't hesitate to send me a message. Delilah LBOOGIE. CHAREECE, when we ready to get carried, let me know, because we'll literally carry you. We will literally carry you.
CHAREECE is definitely not picking up that game.
But if she knows she getting carried,
it's still on my Xbox. I have not deleted it, so it's still home.
So,
all right, well,
you guys have a wonderful Sunday.
She ain't playing that game.
Right.
She ain't playing that game. Right. You should have got a refund, girl.
Nope, I was past the 2 hours. So,
which means she checked.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know the what you call it, the rules.
Okay.
I read
Jess, where can they find you? And thank you for dealing with our shenanigans.
Find me on the Xbox 2 podcast. It's TWO on Spotify, iTunes, and Randall Thor's YouTube channel. I'm on windowscentral.com /gaming, and on Twitter at JessCorden, JZCORDEN.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me. And we've tried to do this for a few weeks, and I really appreciate you guys having me on, and I'd love to come back again.
Awesome, cool.
You're always welcome.
All right, Delilah, I think you're next.
Yes, you all know you can follow me right here on GWG every Saturday, or find me on GWG every Saturday, and find me on Twitter at Delilah_HD. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it, and thank you, Jess, for being here. So we'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, cool. Miss CHAREECE.
All right, everybody, it's your girl CHAREECE here. Again, thank you, Jess, for coming through. We greatly appreciate it. You're awesome, by the way.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. But yes, y'all, even though the weekend is almost over, please be nice. This week is coming up. Please be nice to folks. Say something nice. Tell them their shoes are cute or something. I don't know. Make sure to wash your hands. Put on your mask. This stuff is still going around out here. So, y'all, be safe. Be cautious, but have a good week and do what you do.
All right. Same for me. You guys can catch me here every Saturday. Roman Gaming. You can catch me in the Discord. I'm quite active in our Discord. Always posting food pics, all kind of crazy stuff. I'm really getting into really making everything more at my house. So more food pics.
I have a question. When are you streaming?
Oh yeah, because you didn't stream.
No.
You think I was gonna forget? I know I do a lot of things, but I'm not gonna forget that. So, when you streaming?
She was this close, y'all.
I was so close to getting out of here.
You think you were gonna swap at me like that? No. Hey, I would love to see LBOOGIE gameplay next week.
Yeah, y'all encourage her to stream. We need a stream from Booking.
Okay. I'll stream because we need it without camera anyway. So
yeah.
I'll stream.
We do.
I'll do it. It'll get done this week. Maybe today.
What you want to play if you stream today?
Dang.
Right? Jesus, Mom. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Get off my back.
Well, that's all right. If you don't have it this week, I'll ask you again at the end of the show next week.
All right. I look forward to that.
Okay. All right.
All right. Cool, guys. Appreciate everybody coming. We love everyone. Be kind to one another. And see you next week.